Okay, last couple of problems here. This one says this year there are 550 scholarship applicants. If 40% of the applicants will receive a scholarship, find the number of students who will receive a scholarship. So we're going to set this up again using the proportion method. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Now, remember, your percentage is your easiest thing to figure out. So since we're dealing with 40%, we're going to put 40 over 100. Now, we just need to know the part and the whole. So we need to understand what's going on here. There are 550 people that have applied for this scholarship. 40% of them are going to get it. We have to figure out how many will get it. That will be a smaller portion of the 550. So we're looking for how many out of 550 are going to be that 40% who get it. Now we can solve. So we have x times 100 equals the cross product of 550 times 40. And that leaves us with x times 100 equals, when we do our multiplication here, 550 times 40 would be 22,000. And now rather than multiply by 100, I want to divide by 100 so we can get rid of that and have only x on the left hand side. Now we have 22,000 divided by 100 would be 220. Now, does that sound reasonable? Sure it does. 220 is a smaller portion of that applicant pool. So it looks like 220 people are going to get those scholarships out of the 550. Alright, last one, and it involves reading a graph, actually a circle chart in this case. This says the circle graph shows music preferences of customers on the basis of music store sales. So they, looked at all the sales that the store had, and evidently it broke down into 56% was pop and rock, 12% soul, and so on and so forth. Okay, our question says, a music store sells 2,000 recordings in a month. How many are classical? Okay, we can actually use that percentage proportion to solve this, set this up and solve it. Do we know the percentage that are classical? Right here is their breakdown, and they said 6% out of 100, pardon me, would be the classicals. So now we need to figure out the part and the whole. Well, they said that they sold a total of 2,000 recordings that month. We're looking for how many out of 2,000 is actually 6%. So now we can set this, we've set this up, so now we can solve it. So we have x times 100 should equal the cross product there of 2,000 times 6. That leaves us with x times 100, equals 12,000. And now to get x alone, we would have to divide by 100. So we would have x equals 120. So 120 out of those 2,000 records were actual classical recordings.